Hey guys, jumping on really quick on this Monday. I wanted to bring in Brian Fitzgibbons. Jarrett and I just wanted to make everyone aware that we have not forgotten about Nikki Cheng Salee McCain. Brian clearly hasn't either. Last week, Dateline posted that she was missing, and NBC produced an article that was great. It featured Chloe and Kay. And Brian, we just wanted to know, did those articles push through any more leads, any more credible leads that you can tell us about?
Absolutely, Lauren. I think between the combined reward of 30,000 being pushed out and some additional coverage from entities like Dateline, NBC, the tip line has been ringing quite consistently with some credible leads. And we're asking people to continue to come forward. No piece of information is too small if you believe it to be connected to Nikki's disappearance, to call one of those 3 tip lines that's listed on the flyer that's out there.
Got it. And again, I know you can't discuss any of these leads, but you think they seem credible and you guys are following them and you feel like you're making progress here, because people have expressed disappointment in different Facebook groups, on X. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office isn't telling us anything. We want an update. What's going on? This is your update. Leads are being followed up on, and they are credible.
Yeah, hey, absolutely. And this is one of with each day that goes by, this investigation becomes more difficult, right? One of the reasons that it becomes more difficult, especially in the public eye, is they're not seeing what's happening behind the scenes, methodically following leads, piecing things together, piecing bits of information into a timeline. This is something that can't be shared with the public right now by Shasta County, certainly not by us or by the family, but there is activity on this case. I can tell you that.
Brian, it's so important in these cases that the public pressure remains on. The award is certainly at 30,000 at this point. That's a fantastic incentive for someone to come forward. But the reality is, I've talked to defendants in the past and certainly worked with victims' families in the past that literally say, like, the defendants wish people like you and people in the Facebook groups would just go away. Every day they see another article, and particularly with the national attention and another podcast and another post, it's just another shot letting everybody know that the Nikki's loved ones, family and friends aren't going anywhere. Lauren and I have certainly been following the case. We applaud you for your efforts and everybody involved. And I'm very hopeful that these new leads take you where you need to go and find Nikki and what has happened to her, basically.
You're absolutely right, Jarrett. And you and Lauren covering this case, so diligently has certainly helped clear up some information, to continue to get information out to the public that's detailed. Some of these media outlets can only cover so much in an article. You guys have spent some serious time here laying out what the public can know and how they can help. And that's huge in this case.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people to know that you are in constant contact with the Shasta County Sheriff's Office, because they haven't come forward and put out any type of press release or any type of update, but you are talking to them and they are doing a lot.
Absolutely. And, as we've mentioned before on previous shows, this is an active and ongoing investigation. Shasta County is not going to publicize every move that they make and where they stand in this case. And I can tell you right now that they're working hard on this, and that the leads are coming in.
And people are still feeling a little bit nervous about coming forward, from what I understand, on all sides, on the sides of Nikki's side and on the side of the Redding Rancheria. But Brian, you've said, come forward. You can be anonymous. You will not be outed anywhere. Clearly on these updates that we do, we're not talking about specific leads and we're not talking about specific people. So please, everybody, feel safe. Come forward and say something.
And that's why, Brian, too, that information can't be made public to protect it. Really, to protect, there's some information you'd know the identity of the provider, number one, because few people may have that particular information. And two, you have to preserve the integrity of the evidence. If somebody says, hey, you know, I'm aware of something at this particular spot, well, then the would-be defendants are going to run there and compromise your investigation. So people have to understand there's not an ill intent in not sharing the information. There's actually an investigative strategy to doing that. And although we want to be in the know and we want these updates, the most important thing is answers are gotten. And if possible, and someone has harmed Nikki, then a prosecution can move forward with credible evidence with integrity. So it's important to understand why nobody's hiding information. They're actually protecting the integrity of that information.
Absolutely. Anything that gets out at this stage, you know, as you know very well, Jarrett, any piece of information that could be part of a prosecution's case that gets out at this stage is not going to be helpful. So, you know, we need to protect the information that's a part of the investigation and keep that very close to the chest.
I think the other thing worth noting too, and Lauren said it, there's no piece of information that is too small. If you know something, say something, and it may lead to an even bigger piece of this puzzle.
Yes, and I was going to ask you, you probably don't have any contact with DA Bridget, but have you spoken to the DA's office at all about anything with this case?
No, we're not in contact with the DA's office on this.
Okay. So strictly boots on the ground, still working. Do you have plans to go back to California at all?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, we just wanted to give a quick update to everyone again, so you know that Nikki's case is not forgotten. Nikki is not forgotten. Oh, there you are. You just gave us a close up. No, it's all good. Is there anything else that you want to leave the people here?
No, I think just on the way out here, just to address, you know, that tip line. If you know something, we're asking. We know that there are people out there connected to this case that have information that they can share that have not yet come forward. So this is a direct message to you all who have that information to call the tip line, call it anonymously. We'll protect your identity. We can put you at ease on how we're going to do that if you just want to have that initial conversation. But definitely call our tip line and give us the information. Have the moral courage to come forward. Every night, 4 children are going to bed not knowing where their mother is. Okay. And that's the message at the end of the day. We need to put an end to this. We're asking you to come forward and call the tip line.
Thank you so much, Brian Fitzgibbons. I will have everything in the notes all in one place, every number you can call. But we really appreciate you taking the time to give us an update.
No, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.